In the 1990s, I began raising the alarm at rfsafe.com about the silent and profound changes humanity was making to the Earth's electromagnetic environment. Back then, the changes were already significant, but today they are far more pervasive and deeply embedded in every facet of our lives. The world has changed in ways we could scarcely have imagined, but the dangers I warned about have only grown more urgent. For billions of years, life on Earth evolved in a stable electromagnetic environment, an environment that was as crucial to life as air, water, and sunlight. However, over the last century, and particularly in the past few decades, human activities have introduced man-made electromagnetic fields of frequencies and magnitudes never before seen in nature. I have coined this electromagnetic pollution as entropic waste, and its effects are now more apparent than ever. We cannot see, hear, or feel these EMFs, yet they permeate our environment, emanating from our cell phones, Wi-Fi routers, power lines, and countless other devices. While these technologies have brought us unprecedented convenience and connectivity, they have also introduced a new form of environmental stress, one that disrupts the natural bioelectric signals that have guided the development and function of life on Earth for eons. I've long described this disruption as a form of entropic waste, an invisible pollutant that interferes with the delicate balance of life's bioelectric networks. These networks are the fundamental organizing principle of life, orchestrating everything from cellular communication to the maintenance of our bodily systems. When these networks are disturbed, the consequences can be profound. This resulted in the loss of my firstborn daughter. Today, the evidence of these disturbances is overwhelming and undeniable. We have seen an alarming rise in health issues that seem to correlate with the proliferation of EMFs in our environment. Among these are increases in cancer rates, particularly in young people, as well as disturbances in hormonal systems that are critical to human development. In the past, we viewed cancer primarily through the lens of genetic mutations, but my research and that of others have shown that cancer can also be understood as a breakdown in cellular identity. When cells lose their connection to the bioelectric network, they revert to a more primitive state, one that is characterized by uncontrolled growth and a loss of cooperation with the surrounding tissue. This concept, known as the atavistic theory of cancer, suggests that cancer cells are not merely the product of genetic accidents, but are instead reverting to ancient survival mechanisms. These mechanisms are triggered when the bioelectric signals that normally regulate cellular behavior are disrupted, often by external factors like EMFs. This disruption causes cells to forget their role in the larger organism, leading to the chaotic growth patterns we recognize as cancer. Hormonal disruption, the hidden impact of EMFs. But cancer is just one aspect of the story. The effects of entropic waste extend beyond cellular identity to the very hormones that govern our development and behavior. Research has shown that EMFs can disrupt hormone production, particularly testosterone, leading to a host of developmental issues. These hormonal disruptions are particularly concerning during puberty, a critical time when the body's systems are being fine-tuned for adult life. When these systems are thrown out of balance by EMFs, the consequences can be far-reaching. There is growing concern that these disruptions may contribute to the increasing rates of gender identity confusion among children, an issue that I believe is linked to the same breakdown in cellular identity that underlies cancer. The urgent need for awareness and action. The time to act is now. The evidence is clear, and the risks are too great to ignore. We must take steps to reduce our exposure to entropic waste, both for ourselves and for future generations. This requires a concerted effort from all sectors of society, from regulatory bodies to the scientific community to parents. Regulatory agencies must update their guidelines to reflect the latest research on EMFs and their health impacts. We need stricter limits on EMF emissions from consumer devices, especially those used by children. Public health campaigns are essential to raise awareness about the risks of prolonged EMF exposure and to promote safer technology use. Parents have a critical role to play as well, limiting screen time, turning off Wi-Fi when not in use, and educating children about the potential dangers of cell phone radiation are simple but effective steps that can make a significant difference. A call for comprehensive research. Finally, we must continue to push for more research into the effects of EMFs on human health. While we have made great strides in understanding the impact of entropic waste, there is still much we do not know. We need long-term studies that track EMF exposure from pregnancy through adulthood, as well as mechanistic studies that explore how EMFs disrupt bioelectric communication and contribute to diseases like cancer and gender identity confusion. Navigating the electromagnetic age with caution. As we continue to embrace the conveniences of modern technology, we must do so with a deep sense of responsibility. The alteration of the Earth's electromagnetic environment is one of the most significant, yet least understood, environmental changes of our time. My work in bioelectromagnetics was just the beginning of understanding how to mitigate the effects, and it is up to the current generation of scientists, policymakers, and citizens to carry it forward. By remaining vigilant, continuing to research, and taking proactive steps to protect our health and the health of our planet, we can navigate this new electromagnetic age with caution and foresight. The invisible dangers of entropic waste are real, but with awareness and action, we can mitigate their impact and ensure a healthier future for all.